So 15th and 16th verse. I'll just chant that once and we will look at the meaning. ह्रीङ्कारत्रयसम्पुटेन मनुनोपास्ये त्रयी मौलिभिः वाक्यैर्लक्ष्यतनो तव स्तुतिविधौ को वाक्क्षमेताम्बिके स्तुतयः प्रदक्षिणशतं सञ्चार एवास्तु ते संवेशो नमसः सहस्रमखिलं त्वत्प्रीतये कल्पताम् श्रीमन्त्राक्षरमालया गिरिसुतां यः पूजयेच्चेतसा सन्ध्यासु प्रतिवासरं सुनियतस्तस्यामलं स्यान्मनः चित्ताम्भोरुहमण्डपे गिरिसुता नृत्तं विधत्ते रसाद् वाणी वक्त्रसरोरुहे जलधिजा गेहे जगन्मङ्गला. It's a little simple verses in terms of what it is trying to communicate. Very straightforward. Unlike the previous ones where we had to find what it could mean, what is the underlying meaning and all that, here it is direct. Because these are almost like Phalashruti verses. These verses, you notice, they indicate the phala or the fruits of chanting this mantra Matruka Pushpamala Stavam, or just even the Panchadasakshari, right? In many ways, it is saying what the Panchadasakshari can offer to you. Hrimkara Traya Samputena Manunah Upasye Trayi Maulibhi. Hrimkara Samputena, Hrimkara Traya Samputena. So it's a collection of 3 hrims, right? So Kaye ila hrim, Hasakaha la hrim, Sakala hrim. So these are the 3 lines of the Panchadasakshari. And at the end of each one, there is a hrim. And this is the last of the Panchadasakshari. The 15th verse is the last of the Panchadasakshari. Panchadasakshari is 15. Panchadasa Akshari. 15, and this is the 15th letter. And if you remember, each verse starts with the Kallololla Sita Amritabdhi Lahari. It starts with Ka. So Ka, E, I, La, Hrim. Ha, Sa, Ka, Ha, La, Hrim. Sa, Ka, La, Hrim. This is how the verses go. So this one is the last verse of the Panchadasakshari. So it starts with Hrim and it talks about Hrim itself. It says Hrim, this Panchadasakshari, which is made up of 3 hrims, Hrimkara Trayi Samputena, collection of 3 hrims. This particular mantra, the mantra that is a collection of 3 hrims, Manunopasye Trayi Maulibhihi Vakyer Lakshyatano Tava Stuti Vidhau Kovakshametambika. So he says this one is Trayi Maulibhihi Vakya Lakshyatano. Trayi Mauli is the crest jewel of the 3. What are the 3 is referring to are the Vedas. There are 3 Vedas. Essentially, there are one way of saying is there are Chatur Vedas, but in ancient texts you will see Vedas are referred to as 3 Vedas. Because the 4th one is a derivative of the first and the second, something like that, right? The first Rig Veda is the main Veda and everything else is pretty much a derivative. From Rig Veda, it expanded into Yajur Veda, which is in the prose form. Then it came in the poetry or the song form in Sama Veda. And then Atharva Veda, which was more in terms of the Upasana Marga. There are a lot of Upasanas in the Atharvana Veda. So Vedas generally referred to as 3 Vedas. It means the same thing. When there is a reference of 3, it's also Vedas. So Trayi Mauli, Chandra Mauli. Mauli means what? On the crest, on the topmost portion. So it is in the most exalted place. What is in the most exalted place in the Upanishads? In the Vedas? It's the Upanishads. Upanishads are in the crux or the crest jewel of the Vedas. If you have to take the essence of the Vedas, it is in the Upanishads. So he's saying these three, this mantra that is consisting of these three hrims, this particular Panchadasakshari mantra is equivalent to the Upanishads. It's equivalent to the crest or the essence of the Vedas, which is the Upanishads. What the Upanishads teach you, what we learn from the Upanishads, the same thing we learn from the Panchadasakshari. Trayi Maulibhi Vakye Lakshyatano. The Vakyas that are here and in the Lakshyartha of the Upanishads, it points to the same thing. Tava Stuti Vidhau. Whether I look at the Vakyas in the Upanishads or I do this, your Stuti, it is the same thing, O mother. Whether I study the Vedanta or I do your Upasana, I do Panchadasakshari, I use the Panchadasakshari to do your Upasana, it is the same. It leads to the same place. And then also another way is saying, Tava Stuti Vidhau Kova Kshametambike. Who has the ability to do your Stuti? O mother, Kshametam, Kshamyatam, Ambike, Kshamyatam. Please forgive me. I am making this audacious effort of trying to describe and narrate about you. Who has the audacity to do, who can do this? Tava Stuti Vidho Kova Kshametambike. Who can do this? Why? Because what you are is the essence of the Vedas itself. Your mantra swarupa is the Panchadasakshari. We have seen this. Any form of a deity appears in either visual form, yantra form, or mantra form. Right? You see the form outside, they have hand, legs, eyes, ears, nose. That is the swarupa. Swarupa Lakshana. Then there is a Yantra Lakshana, which means it comes in the form of a yantra. You have a Sudarshana yantra, you have a Vishnu yantra, you have a Narayana yantra, you have a Ganapati yantra. There is a Shri yantra in the form of a diagram, in form of a formation. That is also physical in nature, that's also a form, but it's not like a human form. So that is the Yantra Swarupa. Then the third one is the Mantra Swarupa. Mantra Swarupa is this. Each one has a if we take those who know the Sudarshana mantra, how does it go? Oh, Aim Kleem Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Janavallabhaya Paraya Paramapurshaya Paramatmane Parakarmaya Mantra Yantra Tantra. So it goes like that. That is the mantra swarupa of Sudarshana. Then Om Namo Narayanaya is the mantra swarupa of Narayana. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya is the Vishnu swarupa mantra. Like that, Devi's mantra, the different mantras. Lalita Tripura Sundari's mantra is the Panchadasakshari. So she is the mantra swarupa. And this mantra swarupa, he is saying, this mantra is the essence or the same thing as the Vedas. Trayi Maulibhi. Trayi Maulibhi Vakye Lakshyatano Tavastuti Vidho Kova Kshamet Ambike. You are such an exalted entity who can dare to praise, who can dare to speak about you. Sallapastutayah pradakshina shatam sanchara evastute samvesho namasa sahasram akhilam tvatpritaye kalpatam. May you take whatever I speak as your stuti. Sallapa. Whatever I speak, you take it as your stuti. When I go around sancharam, you take it as your pradakshina. When I walk around pradakshina shatam, you take it as I am doing 100 pradakshina to you. Samvesho namasas sahasram akhilam. And you consider 1,000 namaskaras from me. Sahasram akhilam tvatpritaye kalpatam. I do all this to please you, O Mother. The second part of this verse is very similar to one verse in Saundarya Lahari. Those who are familiar with this verse, it is the 27th verse of Saundarya Lahari. Japo jalpa shilpam sakalamapi mudra virachana gatif pradakshinyam pradakshinya kramanamasanadyati dyahuti vidhi pranama samveshah sukhamakhilam atmarpanadrisha saparya paryayastava bhavatu yanme vilasitam. So he says there, Japo jalpaha shilpam, which means whatever I speak, you take it, Mother, as my chanting to you, my mantra to you. You take it that way. Because I am not able to, I don't know what is the right chant. Or I may chant it wrongly, or I may mispronounce it. So whatever I chant, you take it as your, whatever I speak, you take it as a chant that I'm doing to you. If I'm walking, you take it as though I am circumambulating you. Pradakshina shatam. I am just walking. I'm going for my morning walk. I don't have a temple here. I don't have a vigraha to do a pradakshina. I'm going out my morning walk. Oh Mother, you take this walk as a pradakshina that I'm doing around you. When I'm lying down, you take it as though I am doing prostration to you. So in that way, he is saying, Sallapastutayaf pradakshina shatam sanchara evastute samvesho namasas sahasramakhilam tvatpritaye kalpata. You take it, Mother, as activities that I'm doing in your worship, in your upasana, in your devotion. Because I don't know what is the right thing to do. And this is Adi Shankara saying this. Who we consider as authority in all of this, right? He himself is saying, oh Mother, I don't know. So you consider whatever I'm doing as something that I'm doing in your worship. Now, what it means to say is that we carry this attitude that I am going to do the best that I can, but I may be doing the wrong things. I may not be doing it right. Even in Sandhya Vandanam, there is a Prayishchittartham. Prayishchitta Sandhya they do. Generally, which if you miss a Sandhya, you do a Prayishchitta Sandhya. Or any actions that there is always this Prayishchitta Karyam, karma that we do if we miss some of the Nitya karma that we miss to do, right? So this Prayishchitta is essentially a way of trying, and people always, the tradition is that Prayishchitta you always do. Whether you do something right or wrong or whatever you do, always do the Prayishchitta because you don't know whether you're doing it right or wrong. You can't be absolutely certain that I am doing the right things. If you have to do something very clear with the right kind of sanctity, and suddenly you are sneezing and your nose is blocked, you're doing something and then your hand becomes dirty, right? You may not think about it. You may not think about washing it or cleaning it. So likewise we do, even after chanting we say this, correct? What do we say?
Kayena vacha.
The other one.
Yadakshara
Yadakshara
padabhrishtam.
padabhrishtam. Yadakshara padabhrishtam matrahinam tu yad bhavet yat sarvam kshamyatam deva narayana namosta. So, O Narayana, forgive me for the wrong pronunciations. Yadaksharam padam bhrishtam. Padabhrishtam. I do bhrishtachar, which means I do I
பதம் பிரிக்கிறது தப்பா பிரிச்சுடுறோம் அதுக்காக பதம்
so I do bhrishta means I do apacharam. Apacharam means I do I do it something in the wrong way. Yat aksharam padabhrishtam. So for that, but I may have chanted it correctly. I may think that, oh, Vishnu Sahasranam, I did perfectly today. But you never know. You may have chanted something wrong here and there. Mind would have gone off somewhere while you're saying something. All of this is possible. So you seek forgiveness, right? And here what he is doing is, Adi Shankara is saying that, oh mother, I may not be able to do these things wherever I am. You consider it as my offering to you. So it is the bhavana, again, it is the bhavana that matters here, right? So where he is saying, that you consider whatever action I do, you consider it as in your worship. Again, even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says this, right? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. So you do patram pushpam phalam toyam. Anything you give, but you give it with bhaktya. Bhakti, with bhakti you give it to me. It doesn't mean that that is all you do. You do whatever you can, you do. But at least this much, you will definitely find a patra somewhere, a leaf you will find somewhere. Everywhere you'll find a leaf, you'll find a phala, you'll find some fruit hanging by a tree. You'll find pushpam, some flower will be there in a tree. You'll find toyam, tirtham, water will be there. These things are enough. You don't have to give me an elaborate sahasra thali, like how we describe in the mantra Matruka Pushpamala. You don't have to necessarily do all that. Just with that right kind of emotion, bhavana and offering. And we have spoken about this. Even while eating, just before eating, just think, just pray. If you have a dining table, make sure you keep some Bhagavan deity, some Bhagavan's photo there. As a practice, when you're starting to eat, for a moment, bring your attention to that. Right? As a practice, this is like a practice. If we start doing, we'll become a little more conscious. When you're becoming conscious, what happens is anything that you do. So what he means to say is, when I walk, you take it as my pradakshina to you. It means when I'm walking, I am now aware that I am doing pradakshina to you, oh mother. It is by way of telling her, you take it as my pradakshina to you. It is like making myself aware that when I'm getting up in her thoughts, Devi's thoughts. When I'm walking in her thoughts. When I'm speaking with her thoughts in my mind. Sallapa. I'm doing sallap. I'm just chattering. Japo jalpa. I'm doing jalpa. Jalpa is blabbering. You take it as my japa. You take it as your japa. Japo jalpa shilpam sakalamapi mudra virachana. So you take it as the chanting to you. So when you're doing this, slowly that conscious awareness starts building in. Right? When that awareness builds in, and then we are in that. What does dakshina mean? Dakshina means right. Dakshina means, there are multiple meanings of the word dakshina. Dakshina means south. Dakshina means right, R-A-G-H-T, right side, the direction. Dakshina also means to be skillful. And dakshina also means to be correct. Skilled and correct. Interestingly, in English also, right is the direction right, and right is also doing the right thing. So dakshina also means both.
குருவுக்கு சமர்ப்பணம் பண்றதெல்லாம் தட்சணை கொடுக்கறது தட்சணை.
Dakshina, correct. That is also Dakshina. When you're actually offering something to a guru, Dakshina, that is also Dakshina. So, Pradakshina Shatam. Pradakshina Shatam means you consider this as though I am doing whatever I am doing, you take it as I am doing the right things. I am doing Pradakshina to you. Pradakshina is to go around you. Ramana would say, what is the significance of going around the Giri, Arunachala Giri? He would say it is the Pradakshina that you do is the experience of Dakshina Murti. See, Dakshina Murti, the name itself, he presents it in two ways. He says Dakshina Amurti. So the Dakshina Murti is the form of Shiva which is in the south facing. Dakshina Murti is the south facing Murti or the form of Shiva. But the other is Dakshina Amurti, which means on the right side, he says there is something called as a Hridaya. That Hridaya is Amurti. It doesn't have a form and it is on the right side. The left side is the heart, which is the physical heart. But what they call as the Hridaya is on the right side. Hridaya. Daya, the word Daya is compassion. So where does compassion rise? We say compassion rises in the heart. It's not in the physical heart. It's not the physical heart that's pumping blood through the arteries and the veins. That is not the heart that we're talking about as a human being. The human heart is the heart of Daya, compassion, Hridaya, where Daya resides. That is Hridaya. So that place which is on the right side is Dakshina Amurti. Right side, it is Amurti. It doesn't have a form. And when you're doing a Pradakshina of the Girivalam, your right side is facing Shiva, who is Arunachala. The Giri in the form of the Malaya, in the form of the mountain, that is Shiva, Sadashiva. So you are connecting your Amurti, you are connecting your Hridaya to the Dakshina Murti. So the Dakshina Amurti that is here, you are connecting it to the Dakshina Murti who is on that side. So that is what is the whole process of going around the Giri Valam, he says. The Valam around the Giri. So which is why you go towards the right. You move like that, like that. You keep making sure that he is on your right side. That is Pradakshinam. So when we walk, whenever we go to the temple, also remember and that is why our Pradakshina is also usually in the clockwise direction, right? We go clockwise. And that clockwise is, you always make sure, if you want to know which is the correct way to do Pradakshinam, always remember that your right side should be towards the altar of the deity you're doing that to. Your right side should be closer to the altar. And then you do Pradakshina. To of whatever thing you do to a lamp, Valakku, or you do to a Vigraham, or you do to whatever, your Hridaya or the right side should be to closest to the Vigraha or the object that you're doing to. So here he is doing the same thing. He's saying, may you consider this as Pradakshina Shatam Samchara Eva Stute. I'm doing Shatam Samchara. I'm doing 100 times Pradakshina around you. When I'm doing Samchara, when I'm doing just going around, you take it that way, O Mother. So this is the 15th verse where with Hreem he ends the Panchadasakshari. The 16th one is a very, very sacred syllable called as the Shodasha. The Shodasha, or the 16th syllable. So those who have heard of Sri Vidya, Shodashi, these are all essentially it refers to the 16th syllable, which is considered to be the most sacred syllable, which is Shreem. So here he brings that Shreem Antrakshara Malaya. So he starts with Shri. Shri is the Shri or Shreem is the most sacred syllable in Shri Vidya Upasana. And he doesn't just do the Panchadasakshari, he also touches the Shodashi, Lalita Tripura Sundari. So this is the Bindu. This is the Bindu. If you look at the Panchadasakshari as the various triangles, the Bindu is the Shri. So he says, Shri Mantra Akshara Malaya Girisutam Ye Pujayaf Pujaye Chetasa. O Girisutam, the one who does puja to this Shri Mantra Akshara Malaya. To you, O Shri, this Akshara Mala, with this Akshara Mala, which Akshara Mala? Panchadasa Akshara Mala. With this Panchadasa Akshara Mala, one who does Yaf Pujaya Chetasa. Sandhyasu Prativasaram. Every day at the Sandhya time. In the Sandhya time, during the Sandhya time, Prativasaram, every day. Suneyatas Tasyamalam Syan Manaha. His mind becomes Amalam. Niyataha Tasya Amalam Syat Manaha. His Manaha becomes Amalam. Of all intentions, gets cleansed. Niyataha. Of all intentions, his mind becomes cleansed. Of all intentions means what? Of all various kleshas that we carry. Of all the doubts, the anxieties, the worries, the whatever we carry, this cleanses it off, he says. And you say it cleanses it off means what? How is it? How can it just cleanse it off like that? It keeps coming back to me. So we do it enough number of times and allow it to cleanse ourselves. See, when the mind goes sad, we have two options. We look at the mind, we recognize, yes, it's sad, and we let it remain sad. Or we do something to come out of that sadness. It may seem that there is a lot of energy or exertion that you need to put to come out of the sadness. It may seem like that, but that's the right thing to do, correct? Why don't we do? Because we enjoy sadness, we enjoy worrying, we enjoy anxiety, we enjoy being in distress, we enjoy. We means what? Not the core of me, the mind, the manaha, the manas. Manas enjoys reveling in these states. The manas loves to be in these states of anxiety, fear, distress, worry. It likes to be there. And if you pull it out and you distract your mind and you pull it out, no, let me look at something else, then somewhere your mind is saying, oh, no. How can you not be worried? You have to be worried. The mind plays an excellent trick of making sure you remain in these modes or in these states, because then the mind has a lot of work to do. In complete silence, in complete cessation, Panchopashamam Shantam Shivam Advaitam. In that Pancha Upashamam Shantam, when there is cessation of all of this, the mind has no work to do. So you're actually, when you're doing sadhana, when you're doing upasana, when you're doing japa, dhyana, satsangam, all of that, your mind is coming to a calm. The mind doesn't like it for long. It will wake you up. It's like, I remember my father used to do this. It's very cute. But at that time, I didn't find it cute. I used to get upset and angry with him. But so I used to spend a lot of time doing meditation, sadhana, and all of that when I was very young. My father used to get really worried. So if I'll go, and then we didn't have a very large house. We just had enough space for the four of us as a family. And it was difficult for me to go and find a space for myself where, it's not like I can go into a room and then just be myself. It's not possible. All four of us will keep moving around in the house, right? So even if I find, suppose they're in the living room and I go to the bedroom and I sit in one place silently for an hour, 2 hours or whatever, my father will come and turn on the lights. Porum, poro, aache, poro, and so I think at that time, my mind is also trying to say this. Enough. Right? Our minds also cannot be in a silent, peaceful state for long. It will say something is wrong. You have to get up. Because your vasanas, your desires, your karma, and all of that is gushing. You have to get up. You have to do something. How can you just be sitting like this? And then in resonance with my mind, then you have the external elements. So my father will come and then support my mind also. He'll say, yeah, get up. Poro, it's been 2 hours. How long will you sit? He'll turn on the lights. So this is what happens when we say that I want to be relieved. I want to be relieved of all of this. It must be your sankalpa. It cannot happen without our sankalpa. Because you will have agencies on the outside which is wanting to enrage you, want to activate you, agitate you, wants you to engage. It will want you to do all of that. The world outside is built to draw you outside. What is going to hold you with yourself is only your sankalpa. It's only your dridha sankalpa, nishchaya sankalpa. Upanishads, the ni word means nishchayena. Upa, ni, sad. The three words, the three dhatus. Upa is an upasarga. Ni, nishchayena. I means with determination, I am going to sit at the feet of my guru and learn this. I make a sankalpa. I will sit. I will process this. I will make this happen for myself. It doesn't matter. It may not happen now. It may not happen 2 years. It may not happen 5 years. It may not. No, but I know this is the only way out. Nanyav pantha ayanaya vidyate. Like Purusha Suktam says, there is no other way out. Purusha Suktam is very clearly proclaiming this. No other way out. Mutti Modi, do whatever you do. There is no other way out. You have to make a Dridha Sankalpa. You have to make that Nishchaya. And then you be there. And when you are there, then Syan Manaha, maybe then your mind gets Amalam. Your mind becomes, perhaps then your mind can become purified. So that purification is a process that will indefinitely occur. It has occurred for millions of people. It has occurred for many, many, many people. It will definitely occur. It is just that hold on to that. See, we hold on to so many things, right? We put money into investments and we hold on to the faith that yes, it will grow 10%, 12%, 15% in 20 years. Right? Then 20 years later, you realize, I could have just kept it in my house. Yeah, it would have probably been of some value, or I just would have put it into an FD. It would have yielded me more. But I've put it into some investments. I'm saying you never know, but you run it with so much faith. You've put so much of your hard-earned money into investments and you have faith that it's going to grow, take care of your old age, take care of your everything, your kids, your own housing, your medical expenses, everything is going to take care. We put so much faith into that. We don't put faith into the process that we take. It will work. Dridha Nishchaya Sankalpa. You have to take that strong determination, Sankalpa, and do. Because as I said, it is not in the doing that the outcome comes. The outcome comes because you have now become prepared to receive the outcome. Not because you did this for 20 years, 25 years, then you become suddenly realized. No, it can happen in 2 years. It's just that whatever you do, you become receiving, you allow yourself, then it happens. So the outcome is not dependent on the amount of time that you're putting the effort for. We put the effort, we continue to put the effort. And what happens there is only allows you to become open to the outcome. Because the outcome is absolutely certain. See, the beauty here is it is not like, okay, do I know what is going to happen at the end of the story? There's no climax here. Right? There's really no climax. What did Vivekananda, what did he receive? What did Ramana Maharshi receive? What did Paramahamsa Yogananda receive? What did Nisargadatta Maharaj receive? What did Swami Nityananda? There is no real climax there. They know, yeah, this is the thing. That's it. This is it. Neem Karoli Baba, what did he get? It's the same thing. So there is no glorious, suddenly some new climax, that exciting climax. We know the climax. Story end eppadinu theriyum. We know the end of the story is going to be like this. We are going to work towards it and make ourselves more and more open for the outcome to occur faster to us. So here he's saying, Shri Mantra Akshara Malaya Girisutam Yav Pujayat Chetasa. With complete devotion, the one who worships you with this mantra Akshara Mala, Sandhyasu Prativasaram Sunitayas Tasyamalam Syanmanah. His mind becomes pure. चित्तांभोरुह मंडपे गिरिसुता नृत्तं विधत्ते रसाद वाणी वक्त्र सरोरुहे जलदिजा गेहे जगन मंगला. So he says chittambhoruha, in your ambhoruha, in your chitta, in the space of your chitta, mandape, girisuta nrittam vidhatte rasad. Girisuta or Parvati or Devi Shakti dances nrittam. And Vani Vaktra Saroruhe. Vani or Saraswati glows in your face. In your heart, Shakti or Devi dances. In your face, Vaktra, face or tongue or speech, Saraswati's grace will be seen or expressed. Gehe Jagan Mangala. In your house, you will have Jagan Mangala. Who is Mangala? Shri Devi or Lakshmi Devi. Gehe, in your house, within you, you will always feel auspicious and prosperous. So you have Lakshmi, you have Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, or Parvati, Shakti, Lakshmi, Saraswati, or Parvati, Saraswati, Lakshmi. All of these three will embody you if you take to Shri Mantra Aksharamalaya Girisutam Yaf Pujaye Chetasa. So you take on to this mantra Aksharamala and you chant this with the right understanding, with devotion, with surrender, with the right feeling that yes, Mother is there with me. She is showering her grace and blessing right now. I don't have a doubt. I'm not going to question that whether it is working, is it working, will it work? No. Absolutely. Absolute certainty. Yes, it is working, it will work. With that certainty, if I sit and I look at this, then it will work. This is a promise given by rishis and masters and gurus and teachers and all of those who have attained to this state. They are giving a promise that this will work. So with this particular Shri Mantra Aksharamalaya, this particular verse, 16th verse, we have covered the Shodasha, the 16 verses of the Lalita Tripura Sundari. So the first 15 is the Panchadasakshari, 16th is the Shodashi. And now what remains is the 17th verse, which is the closure. 17th is like a closure and saying that this is the benefit one gets. So we'll look at that 17th verse next week. And Raghu said that he will give me the Shodasha Upachara Vidhi in Sanskritam. So maybe we can go through that. So next week, what we'll do, 17th verse, we'll probably spend a little while, and then we'll look at the Shodasha Upachara, because if you notice, the 15 verses pretty much covers the Shodasha Upachara of Devi. The various things that you do to her, you bathe her, you make her sit, you bathe her, you dress her up, you give her arati, dupam, deepam, naivedyam, archanam, all of that you do. So we'll go through that once, and then we'll, with Devi's blessings, we will complete this journey on mantra Matruka Pushpamala Stavam. Astu. The other, what I was wanting to say is, the next one I was thinking maybe we'll possibly pick up immediately after, or we'll give it a week break or something like that. I was considering we will pick up Saundarya Lahari again where we left off. So we finished up until Ananda Lahari. 41 verses we finished in Saundarya Lahari. So we can pick up from the 42nd verse and complete that journey if we can. So Fridays we are doing Devi, so we'll continue to do that and we'll see how that goes. So till 41 we have completed the Ananda Lahari for in the Saundarya Lahari part. 42, the next 59 verses are there, 42 to 100. We will pick that up from next, maybe 2 weeks from now, right? We will start that and we'll see how that goes. Okay. Om Kayena Vacha Manasendriyerva Buddhyatmana va Prakrite Swabhavat Karomi Yatyat Sakalam Parasmai Narayanaayeti Samarpayami Sadashivayeti Samarpayami Jagadambiketi Samarpayami Sadgurunathayeti Samarpayami Hari Om Tat Sadgurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.